Welcome to the Spring Fundraiser. If you haven't given yet, what are you doing?
So check out RadioU.com and get more details on that. While we're doing the Spring Fundraiser, you get a special podcast.
Okay, so here's the stuff you're getting in today's podcast from 2008.
Nice.
Peanut butter chocolate Pop-Tarts. We make our own. China puts the ugly girl in the corner.
Well, I guess we should mention, during the Spring Fundraiser, while we're away, we're going to pick different years of the riot. So this is from the year
2008.
2008. Mm-hmm. I thought if you said it more ominous.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun. But remember that time that China was like, that girl's too ugly, move her to the back?
Some of these I'll remember and some of these I won't until I hear it.
Yeah.
So I think I needed to, trigger something.
Look, I want you to know, you guys weren't there, of course, but yesterday, or not yesterday, was that Thursday or Friday, I was going through an old Newsboys interview, which you will not get a chance to hear. But I said to Nikki, hey, we played this song and whatever. And you were like, we never played that. I don't know what you're talking about. I actually found in 2007, you and I had the same discussion on the air in which I was like, Nikki, we played this song. And I actually pulled it up and played part of the song for you. And you're like, I don't remember it. And we never talked to the Newsboys about this.
Well, I remember almost everything else. That's why it's very shocking. I don't remember some of the older Riot stuff because it blends together, guys.
It's just funny when I'm telling her, I've had this conversation with Nikki at least twice over the last few years.
I don't want to remember this. You're going to have it again. I don't want to remember
it. She blocked it out. Let's see. So we talk about Nikki having a gift she wants to get rid of, and then people call to help her figure out how to get rid of a gift.
Rid of it.
Yeah. So enjoy the podcast. Don't forget, give during the fundraiser. RadioU.com. Click on donate.
And enjoy this trip back to 2008.
It's the riot.
They won't shut up until you give. Wait, they never shut up? Not even for a good cause? It's the riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U, 8772 Radio U. If you want to talk about the Olympics, we will in a minute. But first,
on to more important things.
We have had a running thing here at the riot about Pop-Tarts, and person after person and place after place and whatever, they have talked to us about the chocolate Pop-Tarts with peanut butter.
Yes. The last time being, at the fair last week, someone came up to us.
You're supposed to toast two of them, and then you spread peanut butter in the middle, and then you put them together, and you have a peanut butter sandwich with Pop-Tart sandwich.
Are you doing it this morning then? I
got it. I got it. I remembered Alicia went to the store for something, and I was like, hey, get me some double chocolate Pop-Tarts or whatever the heck they're called.
Good, because then finally next time someone asks you, be like, yes, I have had it.
I've done it. And
stop asking me.
It almost feels like fair food, quite frankly. But I don't know. At least I'm going to add some protein to the otherwise completely protein-free Pop-Tart, which is what I would have had for breakfast this morning anyway.
So let's see. We're going to reconvene back in probably about, 5 minutes once those toast to see how they are.
Yeah, I think so. And hopefully, you know what we need? Where's the camera? Is it?
It's in the cabinet.
Oh, do you have the keys to the cabinet?
I do have the keys to the cabinet.
We'll at least have to take a picture of it so people can see it.
Oh no, you're gonna have to go the whole thing, toasting and everything.
We gotta do
It should be like I like online when they do the step-by-step tutorials. Even though you got to be an idiot not to be able to toast a Pop-Tart, but picture-wise, it makes it more fun.
I do have another food blog that's in the making, and that is that I took pictures of me cooking up the instant pancake stuff.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
I meant to post it over the weekend, and I didn't get around to it. So it'll be a 2-food blog week on the riot. Pancakes will wait, but we'll follow the show up with the pictures of the Pop-Tarts. Cool. So I guess I've got to go. I'll be back in a few minutes.
During the fundraiser, Nikki's here to encourage you. Michael's here to do the math.
If you have one bucket that holds 2 gallons and another bucket that holds 5 gallons, how many buckets do you have?
And Obadiah's here for the snacks. It's the riot on Radio U.
It is the riot on Radio U. Now, another great winner that has come out of the Olympics has been the little girl that sang the song. She was 7 years old, and she sang Ode to the Motherland.
That was during the
opening ceremonies. Yeah. And everyone, apparently in China, has just gone crazy over this little girl because she was so cute, and she just had the most wonderful voice. And now the truth comes out.
the girl that you all saw on television. Oh, geez.
Why don't you just say girl number one?
Girl number one was not the one who sang the Ode to the Motherland. She's the one who lip-synced it. You see, girl number two is the one with the incredibly talented voice. But just before the opening ceremonies, a Chinese official was like, gotta be honest, when I look at you, but your voice is amazing. Just is incredible. And so as a result, here's what we'd like to do. We want you to stand behind this curtain over here, okay? No big deal, but no one's going to have to look at that face. All right? And then we're going to have girl number one, who is stunning, by the way. I mean, as stunning as a 7-year-old can be. Not that I'm one of those guys.
No, they're saying how very cute she is. And she had been in a lot of commercials and had done a lot of work. So, I mean, they're familiar with her.
So they went ahead and paraded her on out, and she lip-synced the song. And so they've released pictures of Ugly Girl, which was girl number two, which, by the way, she's not.
She's not. They're just saying, like, her teeth aren't as straight, or she's not as cute. What, cute as a button or something, compared to the other girl.
Here's what I love. I seriously love this. This is what China has had to say about it. Chen Guigong, who is the chief music director of the ceremony, he says, the national interest requires that the girls should have good looks and a good grasp of the song and look good on screen. Len Miyoki was the best in this, and Yang Piai's voice was the most outstanding. We had to make that choice. It was fair to both of them. And wait a minute, where's the quote that is the real winner? Why they picked the prettier? Oh, crap. They said no. I should have highlighted because it was great, because it was so, as Nick said, it was so Animal Farm. We did what was best for the nation.
Well, like the girl itself, the one that sang it but was kicked off from actually appearing on it, she said that it was an honor basically to at least be chosen to be a part of it, to sing it.
She didn't say that.
It was very orchestrated.
The Politburo wrote that. Yeah. They're like, here, this is what you said. Now get back behind the corner before somebody, oh gosh. No! I'm sorry. We can't look at you.
That's terrible.
It is
They do say it lends to how important it was for Beijing and for China to have an image during the Olympic ceremony.
If anything, this just screams that in China, things may not be as they seem. We've got a beautiful exterior, but, ugly girls in the back singing the song. It's terrible. Like, seriously, this to me, I'm sorry, but it's an indicative of an international problem when we can't, it's not enough for somebody to be talented and excellent. They have to be gorgeous, too. Hello.
Cute.
Oh, it's just not enough.
During the fundraiser, Nikki is locked in the studio with Obadiah even longer than usual.
A very scary man.
Help get her out. It's The Riot. It's on RadioU.
It is The Riot, and I don't know if you've been paying attention, because I know that some of you have not, but Nikki is a huge fan of Jane Austen and that place in England where they film all the movies.
Bath.
Nikki wants to go take a bath.
I want to go to Bath.
And I mean, she's a fan, and she's a novelist. She writes novels of manners.
And I love books or movies based on her books.
Sense and Sensibility.
Pride and Prejudice.
Mansfield Park.
Etc., etc.
Emma,
yeah.
And others along those lines. Now, I had been planning on doing this, but apparently it's out. Nikki, did you know that after you die, I can't have you cremated and interred there at the Jane Austen birth house?
Why?
Well, they're not allowing it anymore. The Jane Austen Society has issued a statement saying, hey, listen, we appreciate that everybody likes Jane Austen and stuff, but if you guys could quit scattering your ashes in the gardens, that would be great, because it's killing the plants.
What's really bad is it must be like a real issue if they were to come out with this.
Oh, it's an issue, Nikki. They're they're starting to do different things around the grounds, and they're finding human ashes scattered all over the grounds.
Oh, it freaks me out.
Now, the other thing to consider is that maybe Jane had a little problem.
Maybe while Jane was writing all these nice stories, in reality, she was a cold-blooded killer. Or it could be that people just like,
scatter.
It's so romantic if you just inter my ashes.
It's probably very nice there and probably very picturesque. So I could see why people would want to do that.
I don't know. Bath. Do you know what that sounds to me? That sounds like
museum in Bath?
Sounds like a dirty place.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know where the heck it is. It's somewhere in England, but it's a 17th century cottage, and it houses the museum of Jane Austen, and it was once Jane Austen's home. And so that way, think about that, Nikki. Your body could rest forever with Jane Austen's stuff.
I was actually trying to think. I was like, well, where would we scatter our ashes? And then I was thinking along the radio lines of things, but there's really, our break room or the radio tower.
No, I want, put me in an urn and just set me in this chair.
Oh, you want to be over there?
Right here. And
so that way you're always there.
Whoever the next person is that ends up hosting the riot after I'm dead, they'll be they'll always be just a little creeped out.
This is awful.
That's what you want, right? Just creeping people out just a little bit.
Bands come in, they're like, hey, what's this? Don't open it. It's not cookies.
Whatever happened to Obadiah?
Well, there he is.
There he is. At least, what's left of him. That's not as creepy as my dad. My dad said he wanted me to have his body freeze-dried and sat up in a chair.
No way.
And I was like, oh, yeah, Dad, we'll get right on that. I'd say, just go ahead and put it in your will. We'll make sure that happens.
We will follow your request to the T.
Yeah. I'm all over that. I'm on the internet doing the research right now. Those guys in the white coats, they're going to take you to be freeze-dried, I guess, Dad. It's the riot.
These guys again? Yeah, Sydney had to go take care of her hedgehog. Hudson had a date with some corn dogs, and Josh had to go finish up his latest binge watch. So you're stuck with the riot on Radio U.
Okay. It may seem a little early to get into this, but I actually think that if we headed into Christmas with a strategy, we might be better off than postponing till afterwards and things are piling up. And that is, we're talking about the unwanted Christmas present. You may have already gotten one.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, me.
You? Really? No, not
yeah, because I open my presents when they come in, all right? Thanks.
Nikki doesn't wait.
I don't wait.
Nikki's already, believe it or not, she buys her Christmas presents so early. She's getting a Christmas present 2 years from now. She just keeps extending the line a little bit.
No, but if it's like you guys, you have family stuff, but our family gets earlier and earlier. So a lot of times I've already had most of my Christmas stuff already.
Yeah, well, Nikki has received a couple gifts she's not interested in. And now she has to decide what to do with them. Now, I have a particular course of action that I have been thinking of, but I thought before I lectured on this topic, which unfortunately I am quite good at, I thought I would open it up and see if anybody has an idea. You've got a Christmas gift you don't want. What do you do with it?
Well, let me explain a little bit more about, at least with my particular case. I got an item, and the item was purchased on eBay. Because normally what I'll do is I'll just go and sell it back on eBay. Well, I can't, because what if I were to be seen as selling said item on eBay?
Because the person bought it on eBay. What if they see?
And they're very active on it, then they could see that I am, and that would be rude, and I wouldn't want to offend them in any way, but I just can't use this item.
It'd be better for us to talk about it on the air than put it on eBay.
Well, no, I can't do it. And so I was just going to throw away said item because I can't use it, and unless I can't find someone else who can. Then I looked to see how much it's going for on eBay, and right now it's about $98, so about $100. So, I would like $100.
I would like $100.
I will take that. So I no longer want to throw it away. But what do I do?
So here's therein lies the quandary, and I will give you 3 minutes to get in if you want to. You think you know what needs to happen at 8772 Radio U. You just tell me, what do you think Nikki needs to be doing with that? Can she eBay it? Is there a strategy to eBay it without that person knowing? Should she Craigslist? Hey, relax.
I don't want to do that.
Be calm. Be calm.
People.
Yeah. So, just help me out. 8772 Radio U. What do you think is the right course of action in this
economic climate. Yeah, let's bring the economy down.
I want to be very careful because I would never want to,
hurt that person's feelings.
No, not at all. It's just, I just have no way of using it.
Well, I mean, if their intention was for you to enjoy something and you don't like what they got you, shouldn't you have the right to enjoy?
I just can't.
It's the riot.
If your terrible morning has gotten better with the thought, well, at least I'm not as bad off as those two, now's your time to give back. It's The Riot on Radio U.
We're talking about Nikki's unwanted gift and how
Not unwanted, just can't be used. But I'm sure there'll be other unwanted items that'll join the pile by the end of the holidays.
Yeah, well, no, we were just wondering what it was that Nikki should do with that. She thought about eBaying, but it was purchased on eBay. So what does she do? Let's start off with James. James, what do you think?
I think she should have someone else sell it for her on eBay. That way the person doesn't know it's her.
That's a good idea. Should I have that person change their location so it's not even from the state?
Yeah, I mean, if someone, if you know anybody at the radio station, maybe not from the United States.
Yeah, I do.
We actually do know somebody.
Yeah, I can have George do it. Okay, that's a really good idea.
All right, dude. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
You don't think that was George doing his American accent?
No, I didn't sound like it.
Let's go to war. Eat some tacos. Kyle.
Yes.
What do you think, man?
Well, I was going to go with his, but option B would be sell it on Craigslist.
See, I would do that.
On there.
Nikki's a huge fan of Craigslist.
I don't like Craigslist, though. I've sold a few things on there, but I was just afraid if the person eBays so much, what if they Craigslist too?
I don't think so.
For collector's items?
I don't think so. No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't. I don't know the person you're talking about, but I get this feeling that they haven't gone far enough along to get to Craigslist yet.
Yeah, I would just be afraid. And Craigslist isn't it just weird? And people's odd.
All right, Kyle, thanks for calling, dude. Now, see, Nikki, you got to be careful with that because Kyle, maybe he's a Craigslist and he's
you're okay. You're okay. It's just others that want to buy your stuff.
You know what would happen if you put it on Craigslist?
What?
Is that there'd be a lot of people be like, look, do you want to trade it for
software?
Yeah. Be like,
I'm in Germany. Could you send it to me?
It's from the Ukraine, and I will send you. Name any software that you want.
Yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I don't like that.
No, I don't see a problem there. Let's see. Beth Ann, hello.
Hey.
Hey, what do you think?
I think you should sell us through a link on RadioU, like in the merch section.
See, but the problem with that is that if people find out, they could go and tell this person, hey, guess what? I saw Nikki selling this. I got her that.
Okay, though, what about if I do it through Amazon? I never do Amazon's.
Amazon Marketplace.
I can do Amazon Marketplace. Because for sure, if they eBay, yes. They probably don't Craigslist, but they for sure probably don't Amazon Marketplace.
Oh, no. I mean, who does that?
Well, honestly. Not a lot of people.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. That's an idea.
So either I have you do it, which means I don't have to do anything.
Which I don't really like that idea.
Why not? Will you?
No, listen, I do have another idea that I will introduce in a couple minutes. But if anybody else has an idea, and Nikki, we could just have a yard sale in front of the building. You could bring all your unwanted gifts. We'll just sell them out there.
Well, okay, first there's a pile, but I don't think I'll get as much because it's a collector's thing.
Okay,
so I think you got to get
that
online.
Niche market.
Yeah, I gotta go to them.
It's the Riot.
Obadiah is taking the fundraiser so seriously that he's gone weeks without sleep in preparation. Sorry, that is wrong. Apparently, he always looks like this.
What? I'm done.
It's the Riot during the Spring Fundraiser.
It is the Riot, 8772 Radio U. Let me bring you up to speed. Nikki has received a gift she does not want. The person bought this gift on eBay. Now, eBay was the way to get rid of it. And she's not sure.
The best way.
She's not sure what to do with it now. And,
because I don't want the person to see that I just can't use it.
Right.
I don't want to be mean.
What you mean is you don't want to be honest.
No.
And in being honest, you would be mean.
I wish I could tell you the item, but I don't want to.
No, we don't
but I really can't use it.
Okay, let's talk to Brian. Brian, what do you think she should do?
I think you should just, put it into one of those Riot gift packs, and that way you don't have to tell anybody what it is.
Yeah, but I want the money.
Then she doesn't get any money out of it.
I mean, I could get like $100 out of it.
You're right. She doesn't have a heart. Wow.
Listen, it's still a gift. Why? I don't know, because then someone just going to sell it on eBay.
Here's my thing, Brian, is that really saying she's heartless isn't quite fair because in reality, the gift was given with the intention of it being enjoyed.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And obviously, this person spent a lot of money on what I would consider to be a dubious gift, and I don't mean you smoke it. It's doubtful. That's what dubious means. And so...
It's one of those things where it's kind of like, really?
It's a line.
Is that really what they got you? Gift card would be awesome. You could go gift card. So, all right, Brian, thanks for calling.
Bye.
Hi, David.
Hey, what's up?
So what do you think, man?
Well, although neither of these options actually give you any money, again, if you re-gift it, you don't have to buy somebody else a gift, although you have to be careful who you give it to because, of course, if it's somebody that has contact with the person who originally got it for you, that could be an issue.
Yeah, see, that's what I'd be afraid of. The only thing is that I thought, okay, I can find someone who could at least use it, who would appreciate it, but it's a niche sort of item. And really, it's kind of like just something like...
It's a collectible.
It's a collectible. So it's not like if I gave it to Obadiah, I don't think he would enjoy or use it.
I'd put it on eBay right away.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't even hesitate to eBay.
It's not that type of gift where I could just give it away. It doesn't blend in with other gifts.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and of course the other option is if you're feeling in the Christmas spirit, you could always donate it to some kind of a charity and let somebody else enjoy it that maybe doesn't get a Christmas present usually.
And once again, that would be a good idea.
Now we're back to Nikki not getting anything out of it.
No. That's a good idea, but it's a niche item. If you gave it, most people would not
Wouldn't
enjoy
even appreciate it.
They would not appreciate it.
There's an element to that of being like handing pearls before swine. Let's put it that way.
That's a good idea.
They wouldn't get
like,
it.
say if someone wanted a toy and you handed them a textbook or something
look,
like,
I got a textbook for Christmas.
It's a good idea, but this particular item I don't think would be the right way to go with that.
All right, thanks for calling.
And it's not because I'm selfish. Thank you.
No, that's never it. Ryan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Talk to me.
Well, there's a lot of places around Columbus that do buy things, like anything, and you could take it there and they sell it. Usually you can get about half to three-quarters of the value. But, you're not getting the full. But
what if he saw it at the store?
I
want to get it out of state.
You think he shops there?
Well, you could also do like a web search for like items, and sometimes you can find collectors online that are willing to pay for it.
That's a good idea.
That just post stuff on message boards and stuff like that.
See, that's good. I just didn't want it to be traced back because I don't want to make the person sad. But I want it to go to a home that would appreciate it.
Somebody that would.
Is that a nice way? That's a good way to say it.
I think that's a great way to say it. It definitely makes you look better.
I just can't use it.
Ryan, thank you for calling.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.